With history hugely in favour of the home sides in previous Premiership semi-finals, just 3 teams having won away from home in 17 outings, the odds were highly stacked this time round on a repeat of the 2009-10 final between Leicester Tigers and Saracens. But defending champions Harlequins and 5-time semi-finalists Northampton Saints would certainly be out to upset those odds at Welford Road and Allianz Park respectively. The Aviva Premiership has reached its penultimate weekend, and for 4 heavyweights of the English game, it was another to savour for players and supporters alike, looking forward to a potential trip to Twickenham and lifting the Aviva Premiership trophy. The odds were firmly stacked against Harlequins, who travelled to Welford Road without skipper Chris Robshaw, and with Tigers boasting no fewer than 6 Lions tourists. Leicester boast an incredible semi-final record at home, having not been beaten since 1998 by Gloucester, and have won their last 12 semi-finals in all competitions. Quins, though, had won the last 3 meetings between the two clubs, including the last 2 trips to Welford Road. Despite an early penalty from Toby Flood, the visitors started well with plenty of territory and possession, which were turned into points by Nick Evans, and Quins had a 9-3 lead after 31 minutes. The superb Tom Croft denied Danny Kerr a try in that time, and Tigers began to grow into the game. Flood narrowing the lead to 3, and then a Nicky Gonover try on the stroke of half-time, giving the hosts a 13-9 lead at the break. The intensity ramped up after the interval, and after Kerr went to the bin, Tigers took advantage with a penalty and 2 tries in 5 minutes. Noel Morris converting a marvellous team score, while Croft's solo effort left Quins' defenders trailing in his wake. If the game was not in the bag, it was sealed on 71 minutes when the impressive Matthew Tate dotted down for try number 4. Quins responded with a consolation from Ross Chisholm, but the Tigers were well on their way to their 9th Twickenham visit in a row. Final score at Welford Road, Leicester 33, Quins 16. If Conor O'Shea's men were given little chance at Leicester, then the Saracens' win over Northampton Saints was almost a sure thing. Sarries, who are unbeaten at their many homes this season, created a festival atmosphere at Allianz Park and were looking for their 3rd final appearance in 4 years, while the underdogs had failed to reach the HQ final in 5 previous attempts. Saracens had some notable absentees in Ernst Joubert, Brad Barrett and Will Fraser, but it was Saints who came out in determined fashion. The forwards in particular forcing 2 penalties that were both missed by Stephen Myler. 2 converted tries in 3 minutes, courtesy of the departing Graham Najati, and when Jamie Elliott knocked the wind out of the hosts in the first half. A Myler penalty and an Owen Farrell miss right in front gave Saints a 17-0 lead at the break. It wasn't until the 50th minute that Sarries got points on the board. 2 Farrell penalties narrowed the gap to 17-6, but a 3rd converted try, this time from replacement GJ Van Veltzer, gave the visitors a 24-6 lead with a quarter of the match to go. Charlie Hodgson's injury replacement Duncan Taylor scored with Elliott in the bin, and with Farrell's conversion, Sarries were briefly back in the game. But the Saints' defence, that had been exemplary all game long, held strong. And once Myler added a 5th successful kick to extend the lead, the travelling faithful could start to believe. Chris Ashton had the chance for the final word, but fluffed his lines, and it was his former boss who had the last laugh, leading his side to Twickenham, the 6th time lucky. Final score at the Allianz, Saracens 13, Northampton 27. So it'll be an East Midlands derby for the Premiership final on May the 25th at Twickenham. Leicester will go in as firm favourites, but you can't underestimate Jim Allender and the Northampton Saints. Join us for highlights of that final and catch up with all the interviews, features, highlights and full match replays from all the weekend's Premiership games at www.premiershiprugby.tv.